this is Gong Wen Lee coming to you from Fate of the Empress, and you can just call me Wen. So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about updated information since I have learned more about heirs. And one of the things I learned is that this kind of timeline that they give you, the time between exams to hurry up and get excellent or get perfect grades, is really not like a hard and fast thing. Like, if you do not get those good, excellent, or perfect grades, that does not mean that your kid never gets to finish school. This is not like American high school where if you flunk, you flunk, or you get a GED and you never get a diploma. FOTE is a little more forgiving than that, it turns out, which I would have loved to have known, like back when I was stressing over whether my heir is gonna get the things that they needed to be a great asset to my team, or pass the class well. So let's get into a few of those pieces of information. So I'm gonna go to the heir and talk to you about Sirius. He just took his 6th grade exam, so he's in 6th grade now. And a couple things happen at 6th grade. One, the royal exam opens. Ta-da! And so my very first royal exam experience is happening tomorrow. I'll try to do a video on that. And the other thing that happens is he can retake the test for grade 4. So once you pass 2 grades past a grade, you can do retakes, and that looks something like this. So he passed with excellence on grade 4, so he does not need that to be unlocked, but that would be unlocked with ingots. So I'm guessing, based on what I paid for grade 3's exam to be retaken and stuff with Jade, I paid like $2,700, I think, in Jade for him to have his grade 3 exam, which unlocks arrow blow and a couple other really important offensive attacks. And I upgraded that to fabled. And so based on that, I'm thinking this is probably going to be between 3,000 and 4,000. But if someone knows, if somebody has this open on their account, please post below, because once you have done things in FOTE or past a certain point, they hide the information for you, or if you haven't gotten to a certain point, they hide the information from you, and you just don't know. So that is something to be aware of, that you can do exam retakes and you can take your time. So if you're busy with life and you can't play for a while, you can just, slowly build the classes up and take a picture of what the exam requirements are to pass. So for instance, this 6th grade exam, 6th to 7th grade exam has 19,000 for excellent, 30,900 for perfect, and 16 courses complete for perfect. So I don't know if it will let you retake the exam if you don't have that perfect score yet. I imagine it will. And if you don't have that perfect score, you may be wasting your Jade. So do take pictures of what the requirements is for the grade that you want to pass perfect on. And then once your heir has reached that point, then go ahead and retake it if you are willing to spend money and Jade in the game. If not, you can retake on excellent and just grind for ingots and save them up and then retake it for excellent. That's also an option. Okay, so which classes are important to get perfect or excellent on depends on what you want unlocked for the rewards. So do take a look at the rewards tab in the exam and look at what unlocks for each grade. So I got grade 1 to 2. I got these in perfect. So I have the fabled healing and think it's a shield. And then I also have the fabled shiny star, arrow blow, and bashing force, which will break shields. So those two I did want to have perfect in, but the only other one that's really important to me to have perfect in is this final grade 8 one, which is a poison, which affects 5 of the opposite team and lasts for 2 rounds. Poison has been, let me tell you, one of my strongest challenges in peaks is poison heirs. So, and that's with the, I think, grade 4 poison, this one. So I am saving up and working towards this grade 8 poison, irresistible, mighty show, and surprising. So that's what I'm working towards. I don't feel like there's a lot of places in the game where spending jade is worth it, but your heir might be one. That's up to you. Okay, so do take a look at those, and that will help you decide which skills you want to have fabled quality to. If none of those skills are important for you, or if spending money is not an option, then that's okay too. I just want you to have this information up front. Okay, so the other thing that's pretty important about your heirs is practice. Now, there's going to be a lot of things in the game that unlock based on practice, and also your heirs' skills and abilities will be built based on practice, and you will need a lot of these historic cauldrons. Now, the tricky thing is that whatever you add here will not count towards the exam. So even though you're increasing your heir's might, even though you're increasing a ton of things, it is not going to count towards the exam. It will count definitely in PvP battles and other battles. It will definitely help you, but it is not going to increase your chances of passing the exam with excellent or perfect. Okay, the other thing is I got a toy. I spent like a lot this month. So please subscribe. Maybe someday I can monetize this channel and help tons of people, and a little bit help for myself. Okay, so we have, I got rings, and you can actually turn off the effect or remove it. There we go. You can remove it or add it, and make sure that you push this button, and it says, I think it says enable. And if you don't push that button, then no matter how good your toy is, it is not going to be working for you. So make sure, and if you are sharing heirs or have a partner in game, make sure that you enable the toy also on your side, because you both have to enable the toy or it will not work for one of you. So do be aware of that. And then the other thing is polishing your heirs' toys, which is a lot like polishing treasure. It gives you an option of different skills and abilities and increases those skills and abilities as it goes. So this gives me the option of plus 759 resistance for the team, and it's level 12. Eventually, so this is a purple level, and eventually, and you can save these just like weapons polish. Once you get to level 125 in your game, you can start polishing your weapons and giving them extra skills. So this is just like that. All right, so I have it set up like 14 here. I think it's like 6, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh wow. I think it's like level 16 it starts to be, or 17 it starts to be yellow quality, which is great. I'm just not there yet. Gotta keep collecting those wisdom stones. Okay, so you can equip up to 3 toys, but only one is active at a time. So do be aware of that. Well, maybe we should take a look at, okay, so hers doesn't have any either. This is Eileen. This is Mailing Cress's adorable Eileen, and we are sharing heirs, and I am very lucky for that. Okay, so there's practice, there's toys, and the other thing that I wanted to show you is that you need to be really aware that later in the game, things unlock based on what you've done earlier. So for instance, this class is unlocked by reaching mastery of 8 levels on Qigong. And let's see, Heir has to be listed in the royal exam, so I have to take the royal exam and get on the short list for that. I have to have my Heir up good enough for that to unlock. This one takes 2 times in the royal exam. This one you have to have tea ceremony plus level 10, so that would probably be, let's see, grade 4 maybe. Tea ceremony reaches level 10. Tea making. Where's tea ceremony? I'm probably just missing something. Oh, maybe incense? Nope. Grade 3. Here's tea ceremony. Yeah, there we go. So grade 3 tea ceremony has to reach level 10 before grade 6's tea making is unlocked. The other thing is that, let's see, Qigong, I have to get divination up to 6 before that unlocks, and then you have to get divination up to 8 before the other class locks. So there's a lot of things that are like one on top of another. There's just no way to know all of this stuff ahead of time, and there's no way for you to get perfect scores unless you're going to just pour money hand over fist into schooling your heirs. And if you have that kind of money, like, I'm happy for you. That's wonderful. I don't have that kind of money to spend on a game, so I'm not going to do that. But if I play long enough, I might actually collect 10 Heir outfits. I do think they are adorable. And okay, here's the thing where practice comes in play. So this one, practice leisure, has to come to level 24. That's going to be a ton of historic cauldrons. So you may want to pick one practice thing at a time to build all the way up to level 24 in order to unlock. Here's something that gets me, is that there are some classes that only unlock if you reach a perfect score. So if that's not a priority for you, that's fine. Or if you don't have the money for it, you can just accept that there are going to be some classes that you're never going to get to do. And that's okay. I've accepted that. Okay, here it is. Practice reaches 24 for art, for the antique. So just be aware that there are some pretty demanding prerequisites coming up in the game. And I mean, some are not terrible. I think etiquette is, let's see if I can find that. Etiquette is like 3, here it is. Depending on the luck you get, you could have etiquette that unlocks at 2 or 3 costumes for each kid, and the costumes only count 1 costume type, not a costume for each gender. So if you have the fad, like what Sirius is wearing, which is like fad something, the fad moon outfit, then it only counts as fad moon outfit. It doesn't count like fad moon outfit male, fad moon outfit female. So just be aware of that. That's gonna be a big deal. I've ended up with, and also the starter costume doesn't count. So you may want to just be aware of that. That's gonna be an issue. Okay, what else? I don't think that there's too much else that I have missed, but I do want you guys to know that I feel frustrated too sometimes about the game. And like, knowing these things 3 months ago would have changed my approach to Heirs a lot. Like, I wouldn't have stressed so much if I had known that I could do an exam to retake. And it's a set amount of money that I know, and if I've taken a snapshot of the requirements for the exam, and I know that I meet the requirements, and I can pay the set amount either in ingots or jade, and know that I'm going to get the results I want, I would much rather do that than try and pour jade hand over fist into my heirs and hope for the best results, because I don't know what I'm doing. So that's been my conclusion about the whole heirs thing. I'm much more relaxed about it. I'll get there when I get there, and I will spend the money that I intend to spend, not money that the game is driving me to spend because there's a clock ticking. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I hope that you are having a great time with the game and also enjoying your heirs, because they still are absolutely adorable. I still love my little Sirius a lot, and Eileen is also adorable. I'm a pretty lucky gamer. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have questions, comments, please leave them below. Feel free to subscribe and help each other out.